Hi, welcome back to another video. My name is Midmask of the YouTube channel Midmask. I got a slight camera upgrade. Notice the lack of white noise in the background. I'm here today to discuss to you, specifically the viewer, how to craft more of an immersive experience for your players. As a DM, we're always looking for ways to make the players feel a little like this emotion, like from this sad villain or this crazy moment where explosions are happening and oh, the world's ending, and we're trying to get a reaction out of our players. We want them to feel a certain way in the story that we're building together. And in this video, I'm going to tell you the top 5 ways to immerse your players in Dungeons & Dragons. We can start by beginning with, believe it or not, the simplest one, music. Now music is probably the most obvious tip on this list. Finding soundtracks that really fit the theme and the mood of the situation always does wonders. You'd be surprised. Music has a lot of ways of invoking emotions in people. You know, classical music, somber music, punchy action music, all depending upon, you know, what's going on. A small extra tip that I personally love to do with music is when I am making a boss battle or a fight in general against a very special type of enemy, I like to make that song completely like tailored to the villain or whatever it is. It really brings out the moment, the sadness or the anger or the whatever emotion you're really looking for. And it really just puts the cherry on top. The next thing you can do is, now this is a tip that a skill I've developed over, you know, the 5 or so years I've been DMing, is doing sound effects yourself adds a lot to the situation, believe it or not. Going like, boom, there's a huge explosion, a rumble. That adds surprisingly a lot to what you're doing. Instead of just going, you hear a rumble. You know, it doesn't hit the same way as like, there's a rumble. You know what I mean? It hits a little different. You're putting your energy and the bombastic feelings of what's going on into your players, and you're like, wow, he's doing sound effects. He's really into it. And if you don't feel like doing sound effects, and say you play online, there are lots of add-ons that can add little sound effects just by the press of a button, or some sort of keybind that you may have. And that can also go a long way, but personally I'm more of a do-it-yourself kind of man. When you are describing something, you don't need to go on too long. Going on too long with the description of an area or what have you might actually reduce the impact that you're having on your players. You want to keep it short but descriptive. So say there's a large door, you don't have to go into every little inch of the door, but really give them a feel of what that door's for. You know, it's a large, thick stone door with these intricate carvings, and as you push on it, it grinds against the stone floor. Like that's a short description that gives a really good feeling of, hey, this door was meant to keep something in or someone out. But if you say the door, you know, falls over and breaks into a bunch of chunks of wood, that gives them, you know, the impression that, hey, this door was just here. It's been beaten up. It serves no purpose except to be the defining barrier between here and there. Another way to immerse your players is make every new environment unique. When you have every environment that's sort of the same kind of town or path or forest, it can get a little samey, like nothing special, and your players might start to tune things out. The way to keep it fresh is keep them on their toes. Maybe one forest they go into is, you know, relatively normal, but the one afterwards is, you know, dark and mysterious, and then there's ghosts, or maybe the leaves themselves are like blood red, and there's a curse in the forest. Keep every environment unique. It'll help them stay immersed in your world. And the most important tip is when you are describing things, anything, do it with enthusiasm. Now, I'm going to give you an example right here. If I describe, say I'm going to describe another door, but I'm good at describing doors, it seems. You see a stone door, has some carvings on it. you push it open, it grinds open, and you see the like that's boring, right? You probably like got a little bored hearing me say that. But if you say you go, you open the door, and inside is this magical deep darkness that crawls forth like a fog, like that's gonna capture your players. You need to have this enthusiasm, this power to your voices of your descriptions. Otherwise, you're gonna lose them. And obviously, this may differ from party to party, DM to DM, world to world. But really putting your all into every session, into your voice. Your voice is very important as a dungeon master. Just putting your all into that voice will really help you separate yourself from the dungeon master to the dungeon master. You know what I mean? I hope this quick video was helpful to you. I'm gonna have lots of more videos like this. And I hope to see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This chair creaks. I love it. Adios.